pretty interesting that you developed or you basically came up with a different type of insurance that really caters to the RV rental market. Part of that is the roadside assistance that you guys have included. Was that originally with the program, or was that something you recently added?
Well, the roadside assistance is provided by Coachnet. That's our
Oh, okay.
provider there. And people who are renting an RV can opt for it. But I did want to talk a little bit about our insurance program. For people who are renting their RVs in the past, they had to carry fairly expensive commercial rental insurance, and it was a monthly premium that the owner had to pay. And you really needed to have that insurance because if you're renting without special rental insurance, your RV, it is, I can't say always because I haven't read every insurance policy in the United States, but there isn't one that I've seen that ever permits it. From the owner's point of view, it's a commercial transaction and it is 100% excluded from coverage. So the owner has no coverage when that RV is out if it's damaged. And heaven forbid, if there's an accident, somebody's hurt and it was, your negligence because the axle fell off or whatever, and you should have known, that kind of thing. So the owner is kind of standing very exposed. And for the guest, it's even worse. When you go to the airport and you rent a car, your existing car insurance still applies. And what you're buying is supplemental insurance. Almost all car policies exclude RV rentals and completely excluded. So you have no coverage when you rent that RV. And the deal is, look, we were insuring you for a Volkswagen or a Chevy, and here you are renting a bus that's $200,000. No, out of bounds. That's not what your premium covers. So in effect, you can't really decline insurance as a guest because you're really illegal to be on the road. If you get pulled over and you don't have any insurance, handcuffs. So what we had to do was build a product from the ground up that covers the first dollar of loss and allows you to be on the road. And we did that, again, with underwriters at Lloyd's of London and in Delaware. We changed the economics for the host as well. They don't have to pay any premiums. It's a nightly premium paid by the guest. So that does two things. For people who are in the fleet, like professional rental industry, it really removes a huge cost that they have in the off season and lets them, I hope, carry more RVs and do more business and bring more people closer together and really changes their economics. They can lower their price because they're not carrying their insurance. And our insurance is the same price as their monthly insurance. It's just kind of calculated over a nightly rate as opposed to a monthly rate. And for people who may not want to get into the RV rental business full time, but were thinking of renting their RVs, what was stopping them before was, okay, I want to rent my RV, but now I have to start paying this extremely expensive monthly premium. And, this isn't a casual gig anymore. I have to do this pretty much full time to pay for the insurance. So we changed that all around and we want people to come aboard. And maybe you just want to rent out to the really high demand weekends in your area. That could be, local Country Thunder or NASCAR or Burning Man, sucks up RVs from the entire Western United States go there. And really hit those peak demands. And, if you do only 2 or 3 high demand weekends like July 4th, which is like the Super Bowl of RVing, you can pretty much pay for your RV for the year. And again, that helps bring people closer together.
It sounds like you removed a real pain point for those that wanted to rent their RV as far as insurance coverage goes. That was a real pain point for people that wanted to do it, like you said, part-time. Does that also reduce the cost to rent from like a consumer that wants to rent an RV? Does that?
Yeah, we think so. We have the lowest prices on our platform because we this summer benchmarked ourselves to some competing listing sites that might be fairly well known out there. And we were literally half the price that they were. And the reason is they tend to charge 30 to 32% in fees, and they split it up between the guest and host. We don't charge the host anything, and we just charge the guest at RVnGO a 3% credit card fee. That's it. and then you buy the nightly insurance premium, and it's all presented to you up front. You know exactly what you're getting. There's no upselling or bait and switch. So, you know, because it's 50% less on our site and the hosts aren't getting dinged with any fees, we see lower fees on our platform. We also see people, if they're just even have their own RV rental business, small fleets or even large fleets, you know, they have to carry their insurance, they have to do all their marketing costs. If they come aboard our platform, you know, they tend to save 18 to 20%. So they can either reduce their prices or make more money, which if they didn't reduce their prices would double their profit. And so we are seeing people kind of going halfway, reducing their prices. And so you just get a really great deal. You're just not going to get a better rate or price anywhere when you see that RV on RVnGO. You know, what the hosts tend to do is mark up the prices to cover the fees on other platforms. And so we just want to bring people closer together. And one way to do that is make sure that those RVs are as inexpensive as possible.